DG Boxing, I started this in 2000. My brother and my coach and a friend, Lil Ricky, was the ones that helped me start. Little Ricky was a security guard that I worked with, and he says, hey man, you've been talking about doing this gym, just get in and just do it, just like Nike. That little extra push made me get through it, I was nervous, like I'm asking, because my coach was kind of tough. I was like asking someone for like a prom date or something, like it was nervous. And I asked him, I said, man, my dream's not gonna come true if he says no, because I need that, that coach had the resume and, he taught me how to box and he was teaching me how to coach. So I asked him and he said, yeah, no problem. So. And then I have all the boxers that I have here today, training is why this is DG Boxing. That this is it. These are the people that it's like just DG Boxing. I got Heather. Heather's up here. I felt bad because I didn't know how much she really wanted to fight. She was patient, waiting her turn to compete. We finally get her to compete because, I should have just mentioned earlier, hey, she's good enough. She finally goes and she ends up winning the blue and gold and the SoCal tournaments. And then the COVID goes around, and when I was a little sick, when I got, got up to 356, she was like, well, you serious about doing this? She deals with that no excuse meal plan. She got me down, I lost 56 pounds, and I'm like, shoot, I'm feeling good. I was 300 pounds, I was happy. I lost 8 in 8 months. And, and she goes, well, you got 50 more to go. She'll be in my corner forever,
I've always played sports, but I was always looking for something with like a little bit more. A little bit more intense. So when I came here, right away from the first class, I was like, this is going to be for me. Yeah. Each and every round 1, round 2, round 3, that day, that fight, that year, that crackdown, whatever. It's all on you. Did you sleep well the night before? Did you choose to go to bed on time? Did you choose to eat right? Did you choose to stay on your road work? It's all on you. Yeah. That's what I like. It forces me to be accountable.
Fidel is one of my favorite guys I'm working right now with. I seen him and I wanted to train. Jeter was one of my last guys I was training, and I seen Fidel and I wanted to train him, but I'm like, I want to know if he's serious. I don't want to, put my time on everybody. And I see him and I'm like, hey, he's like an old school man. I don't want to just train talent. I want to train the gentlemen. Just people with honor. So with him, I seen him and I liked what I seen. And right now, he just won the Golden Gloves, two-time Southern California Golden Glove champ. And we're right here fighting, ready to do this. Go to the state. It'll be the first time at the state for us. And he just has to work hard, and it's his world. If he trusts me, like my coach used to tell me, trust me. And sometimes I didn't trust him, so it didn't go the way it should have been. But if he trusts me, I think we would go far. Like Sherman, he's one of my guys. He didn't do too good in amateurs, and he's just so nice of a guy. And when he turned pro, I used to be just whatever to make him mad. I'm like, he'd probably rather fight the guy than hear what I was going to say to him. And I'm just trying to get a little fire in him. Each boxer, you got to train him different, treat him different. After all said and done, it changed when he became a pro fighter.
DG invited me to come to the gym for sparring. And you know, I kind of really didn't know much still, but when I started coming into the gym every Wednesday for sparring, I kept learning more and more. And you know, definitely got some really good work. Got, you know, my ass kicked, which was great, because that inspired me to come back more and more.
John Crispo was a boxer back in the day for me. He fought in the Pyramid. He fought everybody we asked. We were looking, we're hunting down all the Golden Glove champs and stuff like that. John didn't get to win the Golden Gloves. He was close. I felt maybe he even won it. And you know, he always was like a warrior, always worked hard, you know. And then, you know, later on he came back to the gym. He's training here, and now he's one of my coaches. And he, you know, he went to the Golden Gloves, and he had taken a couple of fighters that he's been working with. And one thing he said to me that I always liked is I want to make sure they have respect for our name. I got John Gonzalez. His dad was one of the first customers here. He was going to paint the gym. You know, he was like, hey, let me paint the gym, man, because before this gym opened, I had another spot I was teaching boxing. This is, and he used to come by, and we would train and we'd spar together. And so he was pretty much one of the original guys. You know, he's one of, hey, I'll help you paint whatever you need. And his son, he's like, I need to get my son in the gym. And his son, even back in the day, I remember like 10 years old, you know, helping out in the gym.
They actually met because I was at a karate studio, like off of Bellflower, and DG would come in, get some rounds in, and he saw my dad, and you know, he'd asked to do a couple rounds, and then ever since then, he would just come every week, help DG out, and then eventually helping open up this spot, and you know, giving mitts to people, helping with first crackdowns. He would always tell me stories about him teaching Crispo, and now Crispo's out here teaching me now, so it's like coming full circle, you know.
Like John, he's just like his dad, and yeah, it feels good to have him. Like, hey, not after I'm done, my son's gonna be here, and his son probably, you know, down the road, his son may be training here. It's gonna be, like I said, I plan this gym to be here until I pass away, pretty much, you know. Yeah. We got Cedric and Tyler. They're coaches for me, and just real good dudes, you know. Anything I ask, you know. Those guys are like, even if I have something at my house, they'll help me out, you know. And I got Tyler, you know, tough guy. He'll make sure people don't disrespect the gym. You got a couple of people outside from the bar giving little problems. Tyler's gonna come in to help out and make sure the gym is respected. And we got Cedric, good dude, strong dude. And both of them, like anybody come in, they're gonna give you hard work on sparring. Cedric, right now I have him dealing with these kids with special needs, and he's just awesome with it. You know, coaches well, he's patient. You know, these are the things that you can't, it's not easy. It's just guys are good guys or they're not, you know, and he's a good one. It makes me feel good. I trained these guys and now they're coaches for me. Yeah, Alonzo, I took him to a pro fight, and I'm so happy, everything's good. And you know, I'm thinking, you know, like my coach I looked up to, and yeah, I'm you know, hoping that he's looking up to me. But we're like going through the streets, going back to like the border to come home, and the cars are going fast. And you know, I was 356 pounds, you know, I was a little heavy, and I couldn't run. And he grabbed me by the arm, like I'm his grandpa, like a whole man. He's like, hey, I want to make sure you're safe. You know, just wanted to make sure I was safe to cross the street because I was walking real slow. You know, the knees were hurting, you know. A few months ago when I did the crackdown, you know, this guy Alonzo that, you know, always pushing him and he always fought for the gym. He after the fight, after the crackdown, he goes, man, I was so happy you did good on that show for me. And he says, goes, I know the other guy is my friend. And I told him my coach could beat your coach. So it's just, I'm glad that, you know, I didn't let him down. You know, I want these guys to fight for me, and And I don't want them to let anybody down, you know. And I think that's how they do it for me.
Oh, it's just my life. It's just my whole life. DG, like a dad figure. He is my dad figure. You know, he's great. So growing up with DG it's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it.
Lonzo, his son is Julian, and real nice kid. Every time he's picking up the octagons, it's just real super nice, even since he's really tiny. And you know, when he was a little younger, he was sparring, and I asked him, "Hey, you got one more round?" And he had like a rough round, and the kid says, "I got 1,000 rounds, coach. Whatever you need." And, you know, that's how Lonzo and his son, hey, they're always down. They're like, "Hey, whatever coach needs," you know. Yeah. So yeah, I call him 1,000 rounds. 1,000 rounds, Julian.
How did you get into boxing?
It was for PS5. My dad made me he said if I want a PS5, I had to box in order to get the PS5. And after that, I fell in love.
And then the Water Boy was one of my first guys. Water Boy George came in the gym maybe early 2000, maybe 2001. He was one of the crackdowns back in the day, Crackdown 7 or something. He came in and just always wanted to hang out. Back in the day, it was open gym, and he would stay here 2 or 3 hours and want to hang out, grab lunch and all that back in the day. And he was, because he had no job, he was, I guess, unemployment, so he ran that out to the bottom. And then finally gets a job as a water boy, water department, so he ended up calling him Water Boy. So yeah, he's one of my characters in the gym pretty much, and the guys that make everybody laugh,
And I for some reason I thought it was gonna be easy. It was fucking easy. I don't know, like doing this for a round. I was like, why my arm hurt? It's like, it looks easy, but it ain't easy.
And then I got guy Joe Nitty, and every time he comes in, he's 70-something years old, I think 76 years old. And every time he comes in the gym, just smiling, like, hey man, life is good, man, And he reminded me of my dad, just hey, whatever life around you, come in with a smile. And no matter if you got a couple of bumps in your head from the day before, And Joe would come in, and I'm like, yeah, I wanna spar around with him, and he's liking it. And he goes, man. I tell him, hey, you want to do the crackdown? He goes, oh no, I can't do it. And I said, I haven't, all the years I never did any of the crackdowns because I wanted everybody else to have fun, And Joe, and I thought maybe he would like it. And
Round one, go.
And after he did the crackdown, he was kind of like nervous to do it. We did it, and he just, I know he looked so happy that, he got to do it, But he's 75 years old, did a crackdown, and my goal is maybe my next crackdown at 75.
Some old men to take naps, real old men do boxing.
That's awesome, man.
My father, I was always watching fights with him when I grew up, and loved it. Stayed with him my whole life.
Danny, he came out of the Pine Gym and trained. He would come up here and spar with Jeter, and he won the Golden Gloves. He was the first one to win the Golden Gloves. I say we tried for the Golden Gloves 20 times, and we finally got it. And I didn't want to be called coach. People call me coach. Until we got it, I felt like I finally succeeded. He was my first one. Danny, they didn't show up. Had to take care of something today, but yeah, I'm proud of him, and I'm proud that he let me do his corner. Yeah, Nick is one of the older guys up here that have been training, and he came from another gym, and right during COVID, money was tight, and I ended up, he was the only one that would stay around. I had to train him outside, and that time business was real bad. I mean, I didn't have any money. He didn't know, but that was like to eat and stuff. Pretty much his one-on-ones were, And every time he trains, he's a little older, works hard, and I know he did a fight a little bit ago and didn't get the decision, and he felt bad that he didn't get the win for DG Boxing, and I can feel in their heart that they're fighting for me, So yeah, he's a real good dude, and I'm proud of him.
This is the
25th year anniversary of DG Boxing here in Long Beach. So I just wanted to say.
And then the bull, Gareth. Now that guy, he's been here, back 14, 13 or whatever and day one he was one of my, just my bull.
For me, this is my only gym, my first gym. I've been here for 20 years now. Kind of crazy to say that this is like a place that I know as my home.
One day I seen him sparring and his head goes through the ropes because the guy, he slipped and the guy ducked and slipped and his head's through the ropes and he came back swinging. And the harder it is, the more he pushed. And so I always call him the bull. I don't know if they all like the names I give them, but I give them, Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, and every time he comes in, he's looking outside, and some of my guys do. When the bull, he's looking for when his teammates come for sparring. And he don't feel comfortable until his sparring partners show up. He always wants to spar. I think one day he got his college degree at Cal State Long Beach. Comes in with the robe and looking for rounds. And even we take him out to spar. Guys from other gyms, and they don't boo him, but they're like applauding the other guy. They're like, "Come on, get him! He's tired." And he makes the whole room want their teammate to beat up the bull. And every time he leaves, he's like, "Hey, I like that room. They inspire me." Every time they say something they hit him with the hook, he hits him with the hook just to get underneath them. Every time I used to coach, if I tell somebody to say something, to do something, he'll actually do it. So he just to rub it in. The bull is, he's one of my favorite guys. He's just a stand-up guy, wants to do us good, and he also coaches here too. Yeah, and then we have Savannah. I was training her. The women here, we had that we're just doing it seems like for fun, but these two, Savannah and Heather, are like beasts. They're like, "Hey, we're ready to go." And I trained her, and she was into MMA, so I did as much as I could in the boxing for her when we see her. And she threw a nice little left hook on somebody when she fought her first MMA fight. It's a whole different business, but I was proud of what she does. It just comes out. They come out like 100%. Like that team there, like a wild dogs coming at you. If you do anything to hurt the gym, then they're coming at you. They're giving everything they got. Yeah.
And Heather and Savannah, I always saw them as the DG eternal rivals because they're the ones always competing.
Yeah, in the crackdowns, the reason is there's no one else that I feel will match up to them. I mean, some people maybe have better techniques or whatever, but it just they're gonna come out hard. But yeah, no doubt they get iron sharpens iron, so.
They start adding the numbers.
They help each other, and sometimes you think they hate each other because they go out so good, and they want the best for each other. Jeter, he was a little kid. I remember, back in the day, back when you were back in sparring with him and stuff. But he was always working, a chubby kid, and he always trained hard, and. We finally get him doing amateur fights, and he waited for me to ask, and he said, "Hey," I said, "You want to go visit other gyms to spar?" "Yes, please." "Hey, you want to go be amateur?" "Yes, please." "You want to do tournaments?" He always said yes to me, And he turned pro fighter, and he was a pro fighter, and I said, "Hey, what's going on? You don't have your driver's license?" Because I used to drive him around everywhere, not to the fights, we drove him every fight. And I said, "Why don't you get your hold? Those are dangerous weapons." I said, "Dude, these are dangerous weapons." Real good dude. Fight is hard for me. Like I said, I do believe that these guys do their, for the team, for the GG boxing. And when I was training them for a pro fight, when my mom passed away, And you know, and I'm like, no one's around. I'm only training him. I don't want to see anybody because you know I might not be in a, you know, I just didn't want to be around people, you know. So or people that knew him, you know. And I was trying to inspire him because he's gonna have a tough fight. The kid was had 5 wins, 4 knockouts, you know. So it's a tough fight. I try to motivate him, and I said, hey man, my mom lights a candle because she was lighting candles up for Jeter since his amateur fights, you know. She'll go, hey, he's gonna go fight. Jeter's gonna fight. I'm gonna light a candle. I'm gonna give a little prayer, and then she'll give me a thumbs up. I give a little kiss, and she gave me a thumbs up. So every time Jeter fought, I'll tell my mom, and so I said, I need you to put your thumbs up at the end of the night. Mom's gonna see it, and just to give him a little extra push. So the fight goes. The guy headbutts him in the first round. His eye's swollen. The ref says, hey, no contest. You know, he don't say, but we know what he means. You know, after a few rounds, you know, he's making sure, hey, you know, once that bell goes, it's gonna go to the cards. You have a swollen eye. Jeter's coming back, but you know, the guy's out dotting him, you know, making the points because he can't see out of his eye. And the guy's getting tired. And I'm like, right now is the time. And I ask him, you know, one more time, how you feel? Oh, I'm good, I'm ready to go. So he comes out the round. Once that bell rings, if it goes to the cards, you know, and Jeter's not gonna go. His eyes swollen up. He's not gonna throw in a towel. The other kid got a little cut, and it was not no contest. It goes to the cards, you know. And his eye was swollen. He was finally the one that, like the last round before that. He takes the loss, and I could see him sad, you know, like real sad. And you know, he lost in amateurs and stuff like that. But he tells me, hey, I want a rematch. And I'm like, okay, no, can you call the promoter tonight? While we're driving home, you know, he doesn't want to be like a poor sport, but he's like, hey, can you get the rematch? You know, it is what it is. You know, I'm like, hey, that guy kind of. So we got the rematch, and you know, it took about a year. I think he fought another fight, or we're training for other fights, and we finally got it. You know, I was trying to, you know, to get the rematch. He wins the fight, and I never brought anything up about the thumbs up anymore. You know, and I see a picture of him with a thumb. And can you hold on a second? Yeah. You know, I was 356, I was getting sick all the time. And then the doctor said some stuff to me, you know, like, hey dude, you better take care of yourself pretty much. It's like, you know what, it's really me doing myself like this, you know? And then, you know, I just, I'll go out and let me do a little walk, because I was still training, like I thought I was working out. I'll do my little walk in, but I couldn't do as much as I used to. And I see this guy crossing the street. He was crossing the street with a walker, and he'd get a coffee for his wife, and he'll walk, and he'll wave at me, and my knees are hurting. I'm like, I'm turning back, and he's walking. He's slower than me, you know. And then I'll drive, and I'm like, this guy went more distance than me, and I'm like, you know what? If he could walk, and I should start walking. I lost like 20 pounds. I was like 320, and I'm like, and I was proud because I lost that weight real fast, from 356 to 320. Yeah. And I told him, I said, I've been losing weight. And he goes, yeah, I noticed you're losing weight. And I'm thinking I'm looking good, because, you know, 300, I always was like 330. Yeah. And I'm thinking I'm looking pretty good, because I'm finally, and I get down to like 300, and I gave him a hat, and I said, hey, when I lose my 100 pounds, I'm gonna come back to you. And because he was always saying, hey, good, keep up the good work. And, you know, and I'm like, this guy here, he inspires me. So I'm gonna try. So I gave him the hat, and he goes, dude, you inspire me, you know? So I'm doing my walking for all these years, and I see people, and they're like, hey, you're that guy that used to be a little heavy, you lost a lot of weight, you've been doing this, you know? And now I feel like if I don't do this walk or do my run, I'm letting these people down. And I have people drive by, and they're like, you know, hey, you inspire me by not, and you know, I just want to inspire I want to be a role model to my boxers. But I have so many people. I mean, you know, I almost feel guilty how many people helped me. You know, you guys step up, and these things is it's like it's a good thing for the gym. You know, everything we do here is good, and you help, or coaches help somebody. You know, you guys are the crackdowns, this stuff made people for us. They know we're, humans, not just training. It's not a spot. And so these coaches are teaching people, and they defend themselves. Hey, if they get in a scuffle, they got better chances. And so once you get in the ring, you're doing it as a good guy. There's no, and all I want to be now is a good guy. It's in me, I'm a boxer in heart, and so and I always want to be a good guy, and so this is the best place to do it. It's but yeah, I know I used to stress and this gym has done everything. Like when I would mourn here, my mom or my dad or my sister, they passed away, and I come here and I had a bag, or no one, I lock the doors. That's the only good thing about being an owner is no one has to be around when I do my thing. But yeah, I just want to, just pretty much want to just, I'm grateful. And most of these people here, the people that helped me, this is DG Boxing.